with you all tonight, and I hope you can all see me. Firstly, from one Aussie icon to another, congratulations, Incitec Pivot, on 100 great years. It's been really pivotal, and it's fitting, I think, as an icon like me, being here, because I've been around for almost the whole time that you guys have, so thank you. I wasn't sure if you'd get a Labor poly coming because, well, they like to dig up the dirt, and there's a lot of crap in their industry as well. But I will be short tonight, brief, I should say, brief, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry about that. There you go, I publicly said I'm sorry. It's on the record. John Howard said he's sorry, if that's on YouTube tonight. But anyway, it's a wonderful thing to be in Queensland, and I like Queensland. I love the farmers in Queensland because I'm a Liberal, so we love Queensland. It's great to be up here, and I did some walking around the golf course. I still like to go walking in my green and gold Wallabies tracksuit every day, which, there you go, it's terrific. And although I'm over 80 now and my back goes out more than I do. In fact, Koski, I was at a funeral the other day and someone said it's hardly worth the trip back home. But I must say, use this occasion to give tribute to our troops fighting for Australia, defending our country. I think they did a tremendous job. It was a shame in the end the Wallabies did get beaten by the All Blacks. But they're great, aren't they? Fighting for our country, it's all good. Great to see so many fans here tonight as well. And I'd like to congratulate you all on the century, the big ton, it's wonderful. The fertiliser industry I've always found to be cutting edge, very innovative industry, as you all know, and I know how much the Morrison government is right behind everything you guys do, as the government has always been right behind everything you guys do. Without a doubt, we all agree, concur on that one. Terrific support, aren't we? And I know how you guys have had some major issues with gas. That's fair to say, but look, it's just a part of getting old and something you probably have to get used to. You probably should just remain silent on the issue, but look, I also think the Australian government will be right behind you with your cutting-edge technology, which is great for me because I'm a man of the 50s as well. Well, actually, it's for the 1850s, but you're doing a terrific job anyway, and I think you had a couple of questions for me.
I did, and ladies and gentlemen, probably it's a good time to put our hands together for Mr. John Howard.
Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Howard, we do have a couple of questions for you. One of the questions was, you've got broad experience across the globe and you've touched many leaders in your time. Just take us through maybe one of those leaders.
I've touched a few, not as many as Paul Keating touched the Queen, but no, I'm going to go to one of my old mates. I think he's on the phone. We're going to go to George W. Bush. He's there from Texas.
Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Incitec Pivot, all the Austrians down there on 100 years. Wow, that's almost a century. John Howard is a good man. You may remember during the Iraq War that I call him the man of steel.
Oh, no, I remember that, W. They still think I'm the Superman over there in the US. They call me...
No, they call you Bonsai now.
What? Bonsai? Why? What does that mean? Bonsai?
You know, a little bush.
Oh.
Yeah, so me and John Boy, we got to hang out at Camp David. You know, being from Texas, I love being on a ranch. And so I love your industry, the fertilization industry. And I want to say fertilization is real important because I know how hard it can be getting pregnant. When Laura and I, we had our first child, she went overtime, and so the doctor had to seduce her.
Yeah, no, George, it's not fertilization, it's a fertilizer. You know, fertilizer, it's the stuff you put on your strawberries, the fertilizer, you put it on the strawberries.
That's kind of weird. Well, Laura and I prefer sugar and cream on ours. Anyway, I wish you guys all the best. I remember we had a fertilization plant in Texas where there was enough plutonium and ammonium nitrate that it could have gone off like a giant firecracker display on the 4th of July.
All right.
I probably wouldn't repeat that though.
No, George, we won't repeat that. But what we will do is we'll go from, Mr. Howard, can we go from a past president to a current president?
Well, we could try if he's there.
Thank you, and what a huge honor it is for you guys to speak to me. Congratulations to Incitec Pivot. 100 years, what a tremendous achievement. You guys are making fertilizers great again. And you know what? I know what it's like to have my hands in a pile of manure. I mean, really, I really do. When I have to deal with all the fake media, because that's what it's like. But you guys have a wonderful country down there. I really like Australia, and I want to build a giant wall all around Australia, and I'm getting New Zealand to pay for it. I love Australia. I miss Australia. You know what? I miss New Zealand, miss Mexico, miss Brazil. She is fantastic, believe me. And speaking of Brazil, you know what? They say that the Amazon is on fire. Look, come on, that is fake news. Don't believe it, because I bought a set of golf clubs on Amazon the other day. There was no issue, no fire. Great company, Amazon. Their sales may be on fire, but nothing's burning. All fake news. And my set of golf clubs, they're great. They really are. I got a new set of golf clubs for Melania, which I thought was a terrific swap, by the way. And you guys are tremendous. I love fertilizers. Nobody does fertilizers like you guys, believe me. I know the UN is making a big deal about all the environmental waste, and I don't listen to the UN. Why would you listen to the UN? I care more about the UAN, believe me. Have a tremendous conference, and as they say, here's Johnny.
Oh, thanks, Donald. It's great to go from, the Don. I was hoping it was going to be Donald Bradman, but anyway, I think we should go to an Australian Prime Minister, and I believe ScoMo's on the line to wish you guys all the best as well.
G'day everyone, ScoMo here. I'm a big believer in the fertiliser industry. I'm a big believer in Incitec Pivot. We believe in manufacturing Aussie fertilisers here in this country. We know how important security is in this country, and we know that we're going to do everything possible as a government to make sure everything is secure with the fertilisers that you're importing. This is the biggest promise that I'm making as the Australian Prime Minister by giving you all fair go. Now, like me, you can all say, now I believe in miracles.
Well, thank you. That would be a miracle if he gets behind your industry that much. But ScoMo, we're going to go from ScoMo to Bojo over in England. He's the Prime Minister for now, for a couple of days anyway. Boris Johnson with the Poms. He's here.
Thank you, John, and I want to say big congratulations to all of you there for 100 great years. I commend Australia on the technology advancement of this industry. They have done very well down there with all of their recycling, especially when it comes to the recycling of the same fertilizer policies year after year, and particularly with industry consolidation, your landmark merging with Ruoco, taking over the world, Elders take over AIRR. You're not that far behind Great Britain, and we're soon going to be leaving Europe, and hopefully we're going to be moving somewhere much warmer. Great Britain is, as far as I'm concerned, the best place in the world to buy fertilizer. It's the best place to take your children to school, the greatest country in the world for education, and probably the worst country in the world for hairstyles. But it's nothing that some of your fertilizer can't fix. Anyway, that's all from me, and have a wonderful 100 years celebration.
Right, and while we're in the UK, we're going to go to royalty. We're going to ask if my mate Charlie's over there. So let's hear from Charlie congratulating you as well.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's His Royal Highness, Prince Charles here. From all of us at the royal family, congratulations to Incitec Pivot. I would like to thank you all for your work that you've done as an industry over the past 100 years. Particularly with the environment. We've had our fair share of human waste in the UK. Many have personally told me what a waste it was for me to marry Camilla. But she's fine. In fact, she's fine. Personally, I have been recovering. I was in hospital after a small car accident. I ran over one of Mummy's corgis, yes. I got out of the car to see if the poor thing was okay. But I must have been hallucinating because I thought that I saw a genie and he gave me one wish. He said, well, obviously if you could revive the poor corgi. He said, well, it's too far gone. I said, oh, well, in that case, here's a photo of my former wife, Diana. As you can see, she was ravishingly beautiful. Here's one of my current wife, Camilla, who's not so beautiful at all. I'm wondering if you could make her as beautiful as Diana was. And he looked at it and he said, could you show me that corgi one more time? Yes. Cruel, but fair.
Oh, absolutely, but I think it would be fitting also if we hear, because it's 100, if we hear from someone in the cricket world. I love cricket, and it's a century that you guys have got, and all the great commentators have passed away. So we've got Bill Lawry who's left. Bill, are you there?
Oh, thank you. Good evening, John. Good evening, all. What a great occasion this is for Australia. That's 100 years, my friend. 100 great years. Oh, the big century. A marvellous effort. And it's all happening there in the conference. What a great conference. Oh, I love Incitec Pivot. What a great company. Oh, it's all happening. Great day. What a great state there it is in Victoria. Oh, I love the conference.
We're in Queensland.
Queensland?
Yeah, the Gold Coast.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
Queensland. Oh, what a great day anyway. Oh, I'd love to be there. Get me up there. Oh, it's all happening.
Okay.
Get me in the conference.
I don't know what you're on, Bill, but settle down, mate. There, Bill Lawry, ladies and gentlemen. No fans at all, but it's terrific. Look, that's the famous people that you've heard from. Now it's time to probably address a couple of the not famous people at all, the not knowns. And I think it's great to pay homage to some of you guys, because you're the real stars, the real heroes. And I mean, I've been fed some information here, and you'd think that there's a mole in your company, but well, there is a mole in your company. Of course, it's Jim Mole, but we'll get to him later. But no, Jim where is Jim? I should be able to see him. There he is. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. He's a great guy. The CEO of Amaropa Australia, a great guy, and he has the ability to bring warmth and joy and excitement into a room simply by being absent. So congratulations to Jim. Also, Paul Wire. Where's Paul? Give him a hand. Feel a lot of love in the room with that clap there. To Paul, who's from Furtspread. I can't read my writing. Furtspread, yes. He's assisted Trent Kosh in the MC role last year by single-handedly taking over the proceedings of the whole night. Uninvited, mind you. He wasn't even invited to the conference, mind you. I think he got fired a few years ago. Like an opposition leader. He just keeps coming back. But where's Dr. We might need a Dr. Rob Norton. He's gone home. We need a doctor. He probably went home. He got offended with all these bad dad jokes. Terrible they are. I actually, I mean, for a doctor they're not bad, but I told him I had a sharp pain in my eye every time I drink coffee. He said, why don't you remove the spoon? See, I had to stoop down, literally stoop down low for that joke. But anyway, he's not even here. Justin Turvey. Where's Topsy? There he is. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. At least he's in the room. The GM, that's probably the biggest applause you get, because if you're wondering where your bun on the table's gone, he's probably got it. It's either in his mouth or in his pocket. He's just loves to grab food. All the finger food's got his hands all over it, so be careful using sanitizer if you go and shake this man's hand. He'll probably go for a run in the morning to run it all off, otherwise he'd be huge. Where's, of course, Rob Squire? Oh, in Bali. Well, there you go. He's probably getting stuck into his brother James right now. James Squire, ladies and gentlemen, very close. Well, there you go. I was going to say a lot of people have said he's not fit to be a drunk in the gutter, but I stuck up for him and I said that he was. Where's Mark Dutchy Holland? Everybody loves you, mate. From Ramo everybody loves Ramo Fertilisers. There you go. He's like Peter Costello. He's the right-hand man to Rob Squire. I'm surprised you're not over there with him, because he's the only other bloke that would stay up all night drinking and then be the first one to the gym in the morning. But he's been a record breaker to go to 3 junkets, so that's terrific. And got no knowledge from them, but he got a few hangovers, so that's great. Rob Newbold, where's he? No, not Squire. He's gone to Bali. He's from Kung Fu. Weng Fu, I should say. He's not here, is he? We'll skip him. What about Adam Stone? Stoner, where is he? He's a terrific guy. He's brought in a few reforms to the industry, including the 3-hour lunch break. Well, how else is he going to find time to be an Ironman champion? So give him a hand, he's a terrific bloke. And Ryan Burnt, is that how you say his name? Burnt. The one, he's got a huge man crush on Jim Mole. Holy moly. That's what he calls him, in fact. Yeah, he's a great guy. The rumour man. Loves a rumour. He seems to be creating them if he's got a crush on Big Jim. But anyway, good on you, Ryan. Where's Jeff Pelzio? Whereabouts? They all seem to be migrating down this way. He's had a long stint. He's just resigned, and he did it with impact and high fert. He's a guy who's been everywhere. He's been to everyone, but he has been working hard up here in the Gold Coast, working hard on his tan, I think. So you've done a terrific job, well deserved. Ross Warren. Ross just got a new job at Wang Chung. Weng Fu, I struggling here with some of the names, but it's just good to see. He's worked for every single person. Every one of you will work with this man at some stage through his career. And it is fitting to also pay homage to Jeff Clark, who is the Program Manager of Fertiliser Australia, and he won the Best Dressed Award for 1993. So I think it's appropriate that he brings it back every year. Well, there's some great people that we want to acknowledge. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we're now going to go into some environment awards, because it's a great environment in here, and we're going to get a man who is huge in this industry to come up. He's huge wherever he goes. Jim Mole is coming up, the CEO of Amaropa, and which trades as Impact Fertilisers. And ladies and gentlemen, he's going to present the Platypus Award, which I'm surprised that there's still any platypuses left in the environment with all the bad fertilisers going around. But Jim Mole, give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me shake hands. Oh, you have to be. Thank you.